Are the tides turning for the Texans season? The first Victory Reaction Monday of the year. It is Landry Locker, Cody Stutes with you straight from NRG. Better vibe today. D'Amico Ryans appears to be in a better mood. And quite frankly, it's kind of setting up to where they might even be favored against the Ravens if this continues. I mean, it seems like every 5 minutes there's bad news for the Ravens. Matabuke out for the season. Marlon Humphrey going to miss a few weeks. Lamar Jackson, hamstring injury. So what was originally chalked down as an L just based on recent history and the point differential between the Texans and Ravens. We'll get into the Titans, but it's 69 in the 3 games that D'Amico Ryans has coached them. It's kind of stacking up as kind of a favorable layout for the Texans, who, dare we say, could be 2-3 heading into the bye week.
Yeah, that's the goal. That's the hope. And once you started 0-3, you were thinking to yourself, man, it sure would be nice if they could somehow upset the Baltimore Ravens. And you're upsetting a version of the Ravens this Sunday if the injuries hold. So it'll be intriguing to see. I probably still am not going to pick them to beat the Ravens until they've beaten the Ravens under D'Amico Ryans. But we've got all week to figure that out. And who knows what else the Ravens are going to have to deal with by the time it gets there. Derrick Henry may get popped for PEDs or something,
Well, let's kind of talk. Geez, you putting that out there, huh?
Well, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I could push it into the universe a little bit.
Derrick Henry popped for PEDs. You heard it here first.
Wouldn't that be something, though?
Heck, Cody Stutes. Speaking of Derrick Henry, Texans got the best of his former team, the Tennessee Titans, yesterday. We'll get into the key moments. We'll do what we usually do here on Reaction Monday. But I'll ask you how I started the postgame show yesterday. Do you think any different of this Texans team now than you did 24 hours ago?
I do, just a little bit. And everybody understands who the opponent is. Everybody understands what type of team that they went out there and beat. It's one of the worst teams in football. It's going to be one of the worst teams in football. They're going to be picking very high in the 2026 NFL draft. But the Texans, for what they were in charge of, made some strides and made some improvements and finally had semblance of a workable, usable, somewhat worthwhile offense by the time the second half and specifically the fourth quarter rolled around for this team. That was big because I know the opponent isn't great. It was still up to the Texans to showcase they were capable of doing some of these things, and they did. Now, none of it matters if you go out there and you stink up the joint for 4 quarters against the Baltimore Ravens and you head into the bye week with a ton of questions about this offense. You have to build on this performance and make it matter and make it mean something. But as it stands right now, yeah, I much rather would have seen them showcase something on offense versus the Tennessee Titans, and the ability to kind of stink in the first half and get it going there certainly in the second half is nice to see as well.
All right, so for me, like I don't think any different of the Texans now than I did 24 hours ago. I still think that this defense can be elite, and I still have questions about the offense. Like there's still questions for me about the offense, but I do think that there is something that they can build on, specifically with Woody Marks. And I think he adds an element of the offense that they desperately need. And it feels like they kind of finally are seeing the light when it comes to Woody Marks.
Well, I mean, he feels like a modern running back. He feels like an NFL running back that you can rely on to do more than just one thing. And to me, coming out of this game, it feels like he should be the starting running back and Nick Chubb should complement him.
Yeah, just build around Woody Marks. By the way, speaking of building, shout out to TDECU, the greatness that is TDECU. Reaction Monday, as always, presented by TDECU Credit Union. The Texans debit card is available. It is alive and well. Already talked to a few viewers who've already taken advantage of it with that nice, fresh, clean logo. 15% off at the team shop as well. And that's just, we're just listing the Texans POV of the perks. TDECU has an uncanny amount of perks when you do business with them, which is what they do in the community. All you got to do is visit tdecu.org/Texans. Get your card today. Membership required, insured by NCUA. SA, do what a lot of viewers have done. Take advantage of that Texans debit card. It looks nice, and there are a lot of perks to it, including 15% off at the team shop.
Hey, 15% off a Woody Marks jersey for you, maybe?
Or a Cam Robinson or a CJ Gardner-Johnson.
No, you're not buying those. You're not buying those.
By the way, I didn't want to. I was gonna kind of. I didn't want to mess with D'Amico today because he was kind of in a good mood. But I did want to ask if the Cam Robinson trade was in the best interest of the team.
Oh, come on.
They're thin at tackle now. Was that in the best interest of the team?
They are not thin at tackle if they do what I think they're going to do. They will be large at tackle if that's the case.
Well, we'll see. So
if 400 pounds comes up from the practice squad, ain't nothing thin about that.
On Z Super Chat, before we get into the key moments and everything else,
You ain't never hate.
Swarm
Reaction Monday presented by TDECU. Logan Taylor says, how about Matt Burke taking over play calling?
Well, Matt Burke was handed play calling duties. Matt Burke did not take over play calling duties. He was handed play calling duties.
I mean,
I did pick up a noticeable difference in the way that they operated, but that could have very just well been the opponent that they're playing as
exactly.
Well.
Like it'll be interesting when push comes to shove if this lasts. Like it's almost like a handle my lightweight until further notice.
It's not like he handled the defense against, peak Patrick Mahomes. It was against Cam Ward and the Titans.
Yes.
So
Trill Kick X, what was y'all's vibe when D'Amico didn't challenge?
Was there a moment he should have challenged something yesterday?
Yeah, which one are we thinking about? Just specify and we'll go back to it. One defensive shutout down. Cheers to a Monday, regardless of whom we played against. Yeah, you need a victory is much better than a loss. Like it is much better than a loss. And it would have been rock bottom to lose to that dog-butted Titans team. They are bad.
They're offensive to the word bad. They're one of the worst football teams I've seen in a long time.
Oh, talking about the Cam Ward fumble.
Oh, when he looked like he got rid of it.
Yeah.
I mean, is that a play that's challengeable? Like, is that a rule? Like sometimes they have rulings that aren't challenged or aren't allowed to be challenged.
That's something that can. I didn't even really. That was a weird play.
I thought by the way that they operate, it was going to be an incomplete pass. So I'm fine with no challenge there.
Still not impressed with Nick, the yard sale Kaylee, says Sean.
A little bit of a slow start, but it got going there.
Sid says, why pay upfront money to a player like Robinson / CJGJ? Yeah, they wasted $16 million between those two ball players.
Yeah, and people could say, oh, well, they didn't have a tackle option when they signed Cam Robinson. Well, they did. Titus Howard could have played tackle, or they could have signed a different tackle. So
Danny says he's betting the over on Higgins next week. His high or lower is like usually less than 20 yards. So
yeah,
on the sleeper, that's not the worst thing you could do. Nathan Palmer says Sting is 6 away from the team's all-time INT leader. He will get that eventually.
Probably won't get it this season, but probably next season, I would think.
Yeah, he's got a chance. I've always said Derek Stingley has the ball skills of a porn star.
Kept the games played streak alive too.
Moondog says 2 things that stink: snapping the ball with 1 second on the play clock and running 5-yard pass routes when they need 8 yards. Yeah, they threw it short of the sticks a couple times yesterday. There was one to Schultz that really led to there was some booing at NRG yesterday.
Oh, there definitely was. Definitely was. Like like when Jeffrey Simmons timed out the snap perfectly and sacked CJ in less than a millisecond.
Justin Pearson says, does the Ravens not having Lamar or Roquan change the monkey on the back situation mentioned last night? No, I think if you beat the Ravens and you go into the bye beat in Baltimore, I think that's something that they can build on. Is it like, do you look at it as like a pivotal key win? I don't, but I do think just going there and winning will.
Hey, beat the Baltimore Ravens. I don't care what condition they're in, because if they do get right and you have to fight for a playoff spot in the wild card, you have a tiebreaker over them. So I don't care what condition they're in. Beat them.
Charles Honeycat says the defense still needs work. Offense still needs work. Excuse me. I was going to say offense still needs work, but I like seeing more effort from the team. Also, CJ doing more QB sneaks was something new. Yeah, they've done the QB sneak damn near every week, except when they got to the one against Tampa Bay. I love he's a big guy, but I do love I love the QB sneak. I love it, and I love that it is a thing. And he kind of did the Euro step QB sneak sideways.
That was one of my favorite parts because that was not only a QB sneak, but it was Stroud learning and executing through in the QB sneak because he just dove, kind of adjusted and dove where there weren't as many guys. Like the Titans had it all bunched up in the middle, and he kind of went to the edge of that bunch and dove forwards. Good job by him.
Poor boy Jay, Matabuke out, Marlon Humphrey out, Lamar's hamstring being iffy. Does that change our chances to win Sunday against the Ravens? Yes, big time. Absolutely. I mean, if you're facing Cooper Rush, you got to get the dub.
Yeah.
You're facing Cooper Rush, you got to get the dub.
For anyone who is confused in the past 24 hours, that's the Justin Matabuke from the past few seasons. He changed his name to his Nigerian name. But if you're like, what happened to that great defensive tackle they had? That's him. He just changed his name. So it used to be Justin. Now it's the Nigerian name.
John Tovar says, y'all ever go to a press and hear one of the reporters' questions and think to yourself, what kind of dumbass question was that? Love the show, guys.
Hey, bro. Alpha Aaron.
Oh, come on. Alpha Aaron's getting that one?
Nah, but of course, yes. Of course.
Yeah, no, I've definitely been like, why are you asking that?
Sometimes I'll even be like, what kind of dumbass question did I just ask? Jesse says, is there still a puncher's chance that Mixon returns this season? I wouldn't bet on it.
Yeah, I would think that if at the Landry Locker Sports Hall local bookmaking operation, like
quit snitching, bro.
The favorite is that Mixon's not playing this year, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, he hasn't been in the building. Like it's not like he's Jimmy Ward and working out like right in front of him, or Danico Autry working out right in front of him. Like all these pup guys are working out. Joe Mixon hasn't been there. I don't think Joe Mixon's been in Texas since
the last time we have evidence that Joe Mixon was in the building was a Tank Dell Instagram post or in the early days of training camp where it was Dell, Damian Pierce, and Joe Mixon in the training room together. That's the last evidence we have that Joe Mixon was in the building with the Texans.
So you factor that in, and then you factor in that they have a new offensive system that he's never even like practiced or knows. Like I just don't know that it seems likely. I did ask D'Amico, and he just went back to Jalen Reed and Danico Autry. He's opening their windows. So I just wanted to get the specifics. There's people want to know. Dominic says, do you guys remember when you made fun of me prior to the Rams game for saying cut Cam? Dom from Jersey is tapped in. Will needs to finish more sacks. I don't remember that. I'll be honest. I don't.
I do, because the conversation was, A, you've already paid him, so it doesn't cost you any money to hang on to him. And B, what if you could trade him later? Which is exactly what we said, Dom from New Jersey, not what you said. You would have got nothing. Instead, Nick Caserio turned $12 million into a upgrade of a 7th-round pick into a 6th-round pick next year's draft, which is incredibly bad GMing.
I like D'Amico gambled on that 4th down. Tro kick X.
There were a few times he was like, F it, leave the offense out there. Let's keep going.
Tro kick X says he got to meet the ninja assassin yesterday. He's a good guy.
Oh, Antonio Smith. He's in the building, huh?
There you go. Chris V says, if they know Joe Mixon's not playing, why not season-ending IR?
Because he doesn't count.
Why is Dell not on it? Like,
yeah, no. Both of them being on the pup, it doesn't count against the. Well, here's the thing with Mixon. He's on the non-football injury list, and the longer he's on there, the less they have to pay him if they don't want to pay him. And they don't count against the roster right now. It's not like you're a 51-man roster because Dell and Mixon are hanging out. Like, they don't count against the roster.
You ain't never hate.
Swarm.
Jared says Ravens injuries, winnable game, need to take advantage. Might be the break we needed. Finally, a bit of optimism. Love you guys along for the ride. Oh, we appreciate you for being along for the ride. Speaking of the ride,
I appreciate you.
we will be at Spanky's the 17th and 31st of October. We continue to indulge in the greatness that is Spanky's. And I don't know if you saw this. Actually, I know you did, because every time I see something food on Instagram, Cody already liked it. But they've just added something to the menu. And by the way, it's not just pizza there. This right here on the top left right here, where you see that, you might look at that and say, I've never seen anything quite like this before. Well, I haven't either. But if you like chicken Alfredo and you like lasagna, Spanky's has a treat for you, because not only do they have the handmade pizza, which, by the way, today, large pie under $12, one topping today and Wednesday. Tomorrow's pasta day. But they have added chicken Alfredo lasagna layered with chicken, spinach, mushrooms, ricotta, and topped with Alfredo. Limited supply. My goodness. We might be there 17/31st. That will be consumed before, I can assure you.
Yeah, 17th is next time we'll be out there. So make your plans now. Okay. It's not the every other week. It's going to be to the 17th. But when we get out there on the 17th, we want to see you there at Spanky's.
Yeah, because we didn't want to do it during the bye week. So
yeah,
that would have been kind of a little bit pointless. Sean James says Caserio should have used the TDECU Texans debit card on Cam's contract. Yes, he should have. Yes, he should have.
15% off of Cam Robinson.
Yes, he should have. Shout out to TDECU. This is Reaction Monday presented by TDECU, if I haven't said already. Rich Boy J says Mixon's chilling with Will Fuller.
Can I give you a little thing for the bye week?
Yeah.
I have chased down a recent contact number for Will Fuller.
No, you haven't. No, you haven't.
I don't know if it's him, but the hope is that one of the bye week days, Will Fuller will join us on SNL.
We will get to talk to the legend, Will Fuller.
My biggest thing is does he know that Texans fans hold him in such high regard?
And they should. He was freaking cold.
Yeah,
like
he was
cold.
awesome.
He was cold. Wiggles Ming says PFF has Ingram as the highest paid guard in the NFL this season. Do your eyes agree?
Highest graded guard.
Oh, highest graded. Yeah.
Yeah. So okay.
My light is so bright. Like I'm like, why?
So he's not the highest graded guard. I think there's one guy ahead of him, and his pass blocking and their grading is not good, but his run blocking is very good. And here's what I would say about Ed Ingram. I haven't sat there and been like, what the hell is Ed Ingram doing a bunch since he started? So I feel like it's a good job by Ed Ingram.
For sure. Let's go through the big moments of this game. It is Reaction Monday presented by TDECU, the landlocked key moments. And I think that we would be hard pressed if we didn't talk about the wild ass start of the game where Cam Ward just out of nowhere, he hits Manor for 30 yards, just a crazy play. Cody, who was going to have to, we had an apple cider vinegar bet if Manor ended up with over 50 yards. It looked like he was on the fast track towards that. Did not happen. So Cody will be consuming apple cider vinegar at some point during this production.
Yeah, that was the most annoying part of the day for me was Landry goes, gosh, you're already there. He had 2 catches for 44 yards in like the first 2 drives for the Titans. And then Manor didn't get another catch. He actually had one go through his hands, ended up in Stingley for the interception, which we'll talk about, I'm sure, here in the key moments. But yeah, it looked like it was going to be ACV for Landry. It turns out it's going to be a little ACV for yours truly.
And then we had a moment, the fumble that was previously mentioned. You had that play, but the Texans defense ends up getting a little bit of a break because the Titans missed the field goal. Then on the Texans' first drive, you had Schultz moving the chains. 4th and 1, you had the QB sneak. And then you had probably the most physically imposing sack that we've seen in a long time, where Jeffrey Simmons just basically went Geno Atkins and just completely hits CJ Stroud before he's even able to get rid of the ball. And that's where you're kind of wondering, okay, is this going to be the Jeff Simmons game? The Texans did end up settling for 3 to take the lead. And then I thought it was a key moment on Tennessee's second drive. And this was your statistic. MJ Stewart passes CJ Gardner-Johnson in passes deflected with 1. And not only did MJ Stewart deflect the pass, he hit him with the flex after. So
yes,
MJ
he did.
Stewart makes the play, and then he hits the flex. He's like, yeah, I might just be next guy up. But MJ Stewart had a little bit of swag out there.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. He had that. He had the big he popped the guy at one point, just kind of gave him the little like flex. So like he was feeling himself, man.
He played well.
He did.
And then we had a situation where this was the early signs of Woody Marks, where he comes in. He moves the chains on 3rd and 1, moves the chains on 3rd and 4. Then Stroud, he missed a touchdown to Dalton Schultz. And these are the throws that CJ Stroud continues to miss. And fortunately, they're playing the Titans to where you can settle for 3, but I know they ended up taking the lead 6-0, but CJ has to make that throw because Dalton Schultz was going to walk into the end zone. And it was actually a pretty nicely dialed up play by Nick Caley.
Yeah, that's one of those where you're like, regardless of the time, the situation where you are on the field, if you've got a dude at quarterback, he's got to hit that more times than not. And just a little bit out in front and wasn't good enough and cost themselves a touchdown on that one.
Then we just kind of just rotating my descriptions, and I'll pull this up, or I won't pull it up, but on my drive descriptions, I always summarize each drive. I'll just go through what each drive says here. I'll start with Tennessee's 3rd and go to Houston's 3rd. No chance for Tennessee. They tried some corny ass gadget play. Then there was a Danielle Hunter sack. Houston's drive is summarized as ass. Throw short of the sticks to Schultz. Then Tennessee's drive is summarized as ass. They don't do anything. And then the Texans put together a nice, exciting drive, but it just doesn't end very well. You had a hold on Simmons. You had a 3rd and 10, Marks for 9. 4th and 1, Marks moves the chains. It looks like you might, by the way, maybe he's a good short yardage runner too. Maybe next time they get to the 1, they'll hand it to old Woody Marks.
He's got good wiggle.
Then Stroud got sacked, and Nico gets about 16 yards on a 3rd and 17. They decide to punt. Then the Titans, once again, a missed field goal. And
to be fair here on the Nico, it got overturned as an incomplete.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yes.
Yeah.
And that's why they ended up punting. Yes.
I believe if it was 4th and 1, they would have gone for it.
And then the Titans miss another field goal, and it probably should have been an interception by Kamari Lassiter, but Cam Ward threw it in the dirt. It might have been a pick 6. Kamari jumped a route. I don't know if Cam saw him jumping the route as he was throwing and just kind of took some off the ball. But if it had been a throw to the receiver, then Kamari Lassiter might have had a pick 6. But the Titans settle for a field goal. They miss, and we go into the half 6-0. And it seemed like the crowd was getting a little bit reckless, I will say. I don't think they were pleased with the first half performance.
That was a slop fest. Like this, it was what you had come to expect from the offense in the first half. It was slop and throwing short of the sticks, and it was bad. The defense did their job, but the offense, stinky.
And then you get the right off the top, the Texans, the Boo Birds in full effect as they miss a 53-yard field goal to keep it a 1-possession game. The defense, though, continues to do their thing, and then this is where the game flips.
I am annoyed by Nick Caley on that drive right there for the Kaimi missed field goal, because they do not have the offensive line that just bullies people to the point where you just keep lining it up and running it down somebody's throat. So Woody gets 7 on first down. He gets 2 on the next play, and then they'd kind of gone tempo. They kind of sped some things up. They tempo, and they go right back to Woody Marks again, and it's like Tennessee was ready for it. Like, mix something in there. Like he just ran right into a brick wall, lost yards, and those 2 yards could have made a difference there for Kaimi if he hadn't lost them. If there'd been no gain, and certainly if he'd gotten yards, it'd have been a first down. You kept the drive going. So that was a bad job by Nick Caley right there.
Well, then this is where the game flips. And I would say of all the moments, the 3rd and 30, or 2nd and 32, completion to Nico Collins, and the Texans' first red zone trip of the day, 5th of the season. That was where it flipped. D'Amico said as much at his presser. He thought that the Nico play was where the game turned around. I would agree with that assessment. And I like that they tried to get the first down and they didn't just give up. I thought a lot of times, like we've seen even on shorter situations, like 4th and 11, 4th and 12, where they just give up. Throw it up to Nico Collins, let him make a play. And as soon as that happened, the Tennessee media was saying, I bet he knows his name now. And they were saying, yes, sir, Mr. Collins or something like that. So the Texans end up scoring here on Woody Marks' touchdown, the first of his career. And I think that was the key moment. And then we go ahead and you have
really nice play design, by the way, on the Woody Marks touchdown.
Yeah. And then you get the FU touchdown from Woody Marks for good measure. Sprinkle in the Jaden Higgins touchdown, and that's how you end up winning a game 26-0 when your first trip to the red zone was literally in the 4th quarter. So that's how you do it. So a combination of good defense and a bad football team, and here the Texans sit. And then you sprinkle in that the Colts are not going to go 17-0, and the Ravens are depleted. And I say, I know I'm not sitting here like feeling great about the offense, but things are looking up for the Texans right now. And 2 and 3 heading into the bye is a very real possibility for them.
Absolutely. I mean, it's you're as you start 0 and 3, you need some help throughout the course of your season to get it back on track. And you got to take care of your business. Texans did theirs, moving it to 1 and 3 with their win yesterday, but you need some help. Colts lose, that helps you. Ravens injuries, that helps you. Like, you're going to need some more help throughout the course of this thing, but you're trying to be the 6th team since 2020 to start 1 and 3, make the playoffs in the new format. And you're going to need some help to do that.
Yep. You're gonna need some help. Do you feel great about the team? No, but there you go. Gustavo on Z Soup.
You ain't never hate.
Swarm.
He said, dropped Mixon from IR on fantasy, lost the match because my opponent has Woody. I should have picked them up. Let's hope we can involve Woody from now on. Let's go 5-5. Yeah, 5-5. That's the goal. Trill Kick X says Nico's who? Haha, 12 sound board worthy. Yes, 12 soundbar worthy. Who?
Maybe.
Justin
Landry's the arbiter of the soundboard, so
Justin Pearson. Yeah, we wanted the Chubb and Woody D'Amico from yesterday. We got to get that. We got to get D'Amico on the soundboard. Chubb Woody.
Put it on my to-do list.
Press conference. Justin Pearson says, I saw from Texans today.
What is Texans today?
That they think the Texans should trade for Jackson Powers Johnson. What do you think? Would it be realistic? Too pricey?
It's not realistic. The Raiders aren't trading that player.
Yeah, I don't think that would happen. I don't know what he's talking about. Danny says, thoughts on Ward's presser, good or bad leadership?
Oh, when he says we suck and we've blown a 4th of our season already, and I kind of liked it.
I mean, I thought he was being accountable for himself too. I don't think he was calling out too many people. I thought he was being a good leader. He's easy to root for, I would say. Yeah. Jacob Hyatt says, did I miss the drink? Nope. Cody, where's the apple cider vinegar? There it is. Okay. It will happen. He will consume it. With Humphrey out, Ravens probably sign CJ Gardner-Johnson. I would say no.
I'd send the limo for him.
I would say no.
Humphrey's a corner, by the way. So CJ Gardner-Johnson is safety.
Shout out to Texans Turf. Shout out to Texans Turf, the greatness that is Texans Turf. Dan, the man. I talked to Dan today. He is out there grinding, and he is out there doing for many what he did for me, fixing my backyard. Best thing that I did, shopped around before, was a customer. You can go to Texans Turf, texansturf.com. They'll set you up like they did me. They will take on any project. They will customize it. The drainage is great. They control the drainage to where it's pretty much dry after like significant rain. And they also take care of the fences as well, and all the corners. There's no corners cut, and it is the best price. I shopped around. So shout out to the greatness that is Texans Turf and Dan and his squad for everything they do.
Yeah, they're fantastic. You look at the work that they do over on texansturf.com. Whew, man, you're going to want some of that. Imagine walking outside, working on your golf game on your very own putting green in the backyard. Sounds like heaven to me.
And speaking of Texans Turf, we do it every Monday. The Texans Kings of the Turf. Yesterday, I did mine. These are Cody's Kings of the Turf, presented by Texans Turf.
Defense, I could have gone with a number of defenders. I just went with Derek Stingley, gutting it out, playing through the oblique injury that he'd been dealing with for weeks. And as he told you after the game, it's going to take a lot to keep Derek Stingley from getting on the field. Played really well, had the interception when it went through Io Maynard's hands. And so he gets a nod as a Texans Turf King of the Turf. And, I mean, who else could I give it to on offense but Woody Marks? And the success that he had yesterday, fantastic. A rushing touchdown, a receiving touchdown. And speaking of turf, one of those poor Titans defenders is intimately familiar with the turf because Woody Marks planted his ass right in there. And that's making the rounds on social media as a highlight. And Mark's really good at pass blocking. And it's almost like he can do it all. It's almost like he maybe should have been doing that for all 4 weeks of the season. But it was good to see him do it there in week 4. So he gets a Texans Turf King of the Turf nod as well.
I'm a dog, I'm a dog, I'm a dog, I'm a dog.
That is the Derek Stingley drop right there. He is that. And he just likes playing football. I asked D'Amico if that's kind of like the epitome of what you say when you talk about guys liking football. I'm sure the answer would probably be to that. Yes. It's a good example that Derek Stingley sets, and he's just it's going to take a lot for him. He was never missing games because he was soft. Let's make that clear. Like the injury questions about Derek Stingley, he was never missing games because he was soft.
He D'Amico said when you asked him, D'Amico said, I saw it in his eyes last week. I knew he wasn't going to miss the game.
As soon as I saw the look in his eyes, I knew it. Anzi super chat. Josh
You ain't never hate.
Swarm
says Texas Tech's defense could put up a fight against the Texans offense. Not letting one quarter change my mind, but I'm encouraged. Hashtag Wreckham. They're coming to town this week. By the way, they're going to be at TDECU Stadium. Shout out to TDECU. Don't know if y'all have heard. They sponsor Reaction Monday.
Yeah, they certainly do.
They do. Shout out to TDECU, the greatness that is. Yeah, I don't see how you feel good about the offense with what we've seen. I would co-sign that. You're not going to play a worse team than the Titans, but
Correct.
We go back to the Woody Marks thing. People are talking about Higgins too, like Higgins getting more time. I don't. His snap counts didn't go up at all. I don't think like it's still in the same range. But the value of Higgins is really going to be dependent on the offense, which might not make you feel good. But I think his value is in the red zone. I think that's where you get value with Higgins. Now, it's kind of a damn shame that you can't use those skills, from the 20 to the 20. But Nick Caley's still not really much of a rookie guy. But there definitely is something when they get to the red zone with Higgins. And that was a hell of a route, and he made it look very easy.
Well, and there's layers to why you love that play beyond the fact that, oh my God, Jaden Higgins does exist and you can use him. One, it's Stroud recognized it, checked into the play. So I think that's a great element to it. And the other one is big slot. Higgins ran that out of the slot. He ran that beautiful route out of the slot. You can use a big guy like that. That was a conversation point about Jaden Higgins all throughout the draft process is he's not just this big, tall outside guy that you have to stick outside. Higgins ran that out of the slot and got open and got himself a nice score. And so there's layers to like about that touchdown pass. And from CJ dialing it up to Higgins making it happen out of the slot.
It was asked about the post-game press conference with Paul Kaharski and Callahan, and Callahan's been a dead coach walking ever since he corrected Kaharski on a rule and kind of exposed himself. So I guess they have like a saying about relentless mindset or whatever. This is
elite.
This is hilarious.
Do you think this is a resilient and relentless football team?
I know what you're doing there, Paul. I know what you're doing. And I'm not going to answer that right now.
Well, I mean, those are the themes that you've tried to cover.
Yeah.
You're 20-some games in.
Yeah.
So stuck.
I'm going to just compose myself here before I say something I regret. But yes, I think this team is resilient. I think it is relentless. We haven't played good enough football. And I think those are two very distinct, different things. We have to execute at a better level. We have to coach better. That's really all I can say.
All right. There you go.
I'm going to compose myself before I say something I regret. Dude, say it. You're about to get fired. It's your only time to say it.
You're about to get canned. It's about it.
You're never sniffing a head coach job ever again. Go out with a blaze of glory so at least people remember you for something other than sucking.
Didn't his dad have a rant? Like Bill Callahan had a real big rant one time, and it's lived on. You got to make your pops proud. You got to get crazy.
Yeah.
You got to get crazy.
Yeah, but before you, your dad, and your best friend as the OC get fired.
MH, we eat nation. I think they should fire Callahan and make Bill interim coach.
That would be great.
Our interim coach is going to be Bill Callahan. MH, we eat nation says start Juice for the rest of the year. That's another thing. We did see Juice Scruggs. There was the rotation, and then we saw Juice Scruggs not really rotate in the second half. So my question to you is, Cody, and we've already had this conversation, but let's include the people. Do you think that they still do this rotate thing, or do you think Juice Scruggs is your starting left guard?
I still believe there's a chance they're going to rotate because it's so damn silly.
Stop.
I still believe there's a chance they're going to rotate.
Stop it.
He had more snaps than him the previous week. They still rotated.
Yeah, but they got to stop. Like to a certain point, you got to stop it.
Juice said today when we talked to him, he said, well, I'm ready for whatever. It's better when you're getting rotated and you're sitting there knowing you're going in than just sitting on the bench.
Yeah, man, I've given him credit and I've thrown the theory at Juice Scruggs like that. It seemed like he got better as the pads went on, but he really, really, maybe we're just not used to this mindset because it feels like whenever offensive linemen just stink, they just kind of roll over or they never really figure it out. And I'm not sitting here saying that we're going to look back and say what a great second round pick Juice Scruggs was. I think that would be silly, but he's done a really good job of just hanging in there and getting his making the most of his opportunities, I should say. And it does help when you sign Laken Tomlinson and Hastings.
Right. Yeah. If they had like, I don't know, Will Fries there, or they'd spent a high draft pick on a guard and they were playing in front of Scruggs, it'd be different. He's not rotating with those guys, but Laken Tomlinson's not good. They give Scruggs a couple opportunities. He earns even more opportunities in this game against the Titans. And maybe eventually he'll earn the starting spot.
Do you at all worry? And I think the offensive line has definitely improved from last year, which not saying a ton, but I think they've improved for the most part. But do you worry about the depth? Like, I know Cam Robinson wanted to play, like, good for him, but they wanted Cam Robinson to be good. And he got beat out. And by the way, D'Amico went well actually on you. It wasn't like a big well actually, but it was like, buddy, you're contradicting yourself because you asked him about Cam Robinson and he said Cam wants to play. And then you said, well, what does that say about Ursery? And he said, those two things aren't connected. Yeah, they are, because he's starting over him and he's the reason he's not playing. So they are connected. He wants to play and the guy in front of him beat him out. So yeah. D'Amico goes like, well, actually sometimes, and it's like, not a big deal. I mean, it is after a win, but I thought that was hilarious. He's like, well, those two things aren't connected. They're as connected as they could possibly be.
It's whoever's playing left tackle instead of Cam Robinson is inherently connected to Cam Robinson. But yeah, no,
You just said he wants to play.
their depth was questionable with Cam Robinson in the building. So yeah, it gets more questionable with.
Dare I say, who is the backup left tackle?
I believe the backup left tackle is Trent Brown.
Okay, he's not even close yet. So I think after the bye week.
But why? But I don't understand why you keep saying that. He's practicing.
He's not. They didn't activate his window. He's probably going to be an after the bye week type of thing.
No, Trent Brown's just on the practice squad. He's not. He didn't have any sort of.
Oh yeah.
He didn't have any designation. They got rid of the designation before the season started.
That's right. They got rid of that. He is just out there. Okay.
He's just on the practice squad.
Do you think he's active this week?
I believe he's getting Cam Robinson's roster spot.
Okay.
Who else would get it? Unless they had some guy off the street that they were going to add to be the backup tackle.
This is why I don't want to make this an ox. I know
you make the 400-pound promotion from the practice squad. Damn it! You bring the mountain of a man that is Trent Brown up for that practice squad right now.
I got to ask you: Have I surpassed my Austin Deculus quota? Because the Austin Deculus trade makes even less sense now. When did I become the biggest Austin Deculus fan in the world? I don't know, but I do feel like that trade makes no sense now. Like if Cam Robinson was pissed, the Austin Deculus trade makes no sense now.
Yeah, but I guess they thought Cam Robinson was gonna play, and so they had him in the equation.
All right. Anyway.
By the way, Deculus not so hot in LA right now.
Yeah, I would assume.
Swarm.
The folks in LA are not too thrilled with him.
HDAV Traveler, afternoon, Landry, Cody, and friends. Good win. It's Titans, but it's a good building block for the rest of the season.
Yeah, I mean, look, you don't want to overrate what this game is, but we could look at 2nd and 33 as like the moment they turned the corner and actually looked like a competent offense for more often than not. We can look back at that. Now they go get smoked by the, half the Ravens roster on Sunday, and we'll be like, well, back to where they were. Like this game doesn't matter if they don't build on it, but they at least have a building block.
Yeah, I mean it's better than the sky falling, and we're always going to cover the team to the best of our ability, no matter what. But it is we are happy when you're happy, and nobody wants to cover an 0-14. You can just tell by the Titans media, the beat. They do not seem to enjoy what's going on right now. The draft is only so far away.
We had some. That's where we sit in the press boxes right behind the visiting media, and they had some
jokes.
They had some moments that had Landry and I laughing out loud.
All right, let's get some context from Cody as we do every Reaction Monday presented by TDECU. It is time for Cody's context.
All right, I want to put some context together on Woody Marks and just how good he's been, not only amongst rookie running backs, but amongst rookie pass catchers and just pass catchers in general. So Woody Marks, he's top amongst rookie running backs in yards per route run. And some of those guys have run a few more routes than him, but when you throw the ball to Woody Marks, you get more out of it than throwing the ball to any other rookie running back across the league. That includes Genty, Hampton, Scatabo, all these guys that have had hot starts. Judkins. Throwing the ball to Woody Marks you get more out of it than throwing the ball to those guys. He's third among every rookie in all of football in yards per route run in a minimum of 5 targets. So again, throwing the ball to Woody Marks is a good idea.
It's been a good idea for like half a decade. That he's one of the most productive receiving backs in recent college football history.
He's first in yards after the catch per reception amongst all rookies as well. So again, throwing the ball to Woody Marks, it's a good idea. And then here's another one. Here's my favorite one. across the entire National Football League, third in the NFL in passer rating when targeted, a 154.2 passer rating when you target Woody Marks. I mean, throwing the ball to
But-
Woody is a good idea. Who would have known?
I think he's hilarious too, because he's just like so like he doesn't talk, but it's like so matter of fact, like he's just he's a very quiet guy, but it's like so matter of fact. And I don't think he's like
He definitely has the type of like personality mentality that we've seen a lot of Texans that they've had over the past couple of years have, where it's just like, yeah, oh no, I did that. No, I'm gonna go to work. Yep, happy to have the opportunity. So when my number's called, I'm gonna be ready.
let's revisit the media availability yesterday with him and just kind of
Sure.
get the Woody Marks. Look at that seriousness right there. And I started out with a few questions, and then you'll hear a few others.
Take us through the first game, first touchdown, second touchdown. How are you feeling out there?
I was excited. Just getting rolling on offense. Coming out getting a dub. That's what I was really most excited about. Just going 1-0.
Did you feel like this was close? You were close to breaking out just after the first few weeks?
It's a steady every week. A lot of guys told me you might have a low game, low carries, then you'll have a high game. Just stick to you. Just be you. Go out and practice every day and practice, and just come out and show your best performance no matter what.
How many texts you got on the phone?
I got a lot of texts. Crazy.
How have you felt like you've improved over the season?
I'll say, just I've been taking steps from pass pro, arena gaps, and
That's the one thing I disagree with, Stutz. I don't think he's improved. I think this has been the same guy that we saw all camp. Like I don't think there was any like improvement. It was very obvious that he was the best receiving guy and he had the most juice. Like we said that throughout.
I really felt like from basically the end of the second week of training camp, it's just been going up for Woody Marks, and it was annoying that he wasn't on the field more in the first few regular season weeks.
Yes.
inside zone, outside zone. Since I got here, since OTA, I think. It's just a steady hill that I'm try to keep going up.
What are the emotions, not only the first win, but for you to contribute heavily? How does it feel right now?
It feels great. Just coming out, we obviously got the dub, so I can kind of celebrate it. So just getting the dub and then just let it keep going on.
We talked to you before about your versatility being all-purpose back. Is that, in your opinion, is that kind of a prime example of what you can do?
Yeah, just catching the ball at the backfield, making the defense kind of don't know what you're gonna do. He can run it in between the tackles outside. He can catch the ball at the backfield. I think that's.
Look at those two footballs behind him.
Three.
Your first touchdowns in the NFL is something you've thought about, like maybe when you were a little kid. What's it like now that you've had these moments?
Oh, it's amazing. Just going out there scoring, then turning around, see all the guys happy. Actually dropped the ball, and Nico was the first person to give it back to me. So just shout out to Nico. So it was.
How did you prepare for this performance?
How did you prepare? Was it different?
I went to practice.
He said, was your preparation different?
I'll
this
say it
week
all
than
been the
last?
same. Just buckling down with the O-line and the receivers, just coming together. We've been slacking on offense a little bit. So this is just a start right now.
Woody, how does it feel? You mentioned the slacking on offense. How does it feel to be such a big part of kind of fully putting it together today?
It feels great. Just knowing that I know what we're capable of. Being here from OTAs, the training camp, going out there to Greenbrier, I knew what we was capable of, and we just had to show it. And that was the pregame speech.
What do you feel like you bring running between the tackles? We do focus a lot on the pedigree, catching the ball, but is that something else that you think maybe an underrated aspect of your game?
Yeah, I'll say it's underrated.
It is.
Just guys think I'm just a pass and catch back.
It is.
But I can power back too, so I can carry a couple guys for a couple yards. So that right there.
There you go. I mean, and I wish they had like 4 backs. Like this is why I wanted like multiple backs. Like I want to back every round of the draft. You know how I am. But the first time that we saw Woody Marks at minicamp or OTAs, pause. But he was much thicker than I thought that he would be. Like
yeah, oh yeah.
And like when you hear like a guy's a receiving back, like typically it's like, okay, well, maybe it's the build is such to where you don't necessarily want him going through the through the tackles, between the tackles. He's built. I mean, he's built like Joe Mixon. Like he's built like he's not as tall. Like he's not as tall, but like he's kind of built like Joe Mixon. So I just think that he's very underrated. I think he's the best at everything that the running backs do. He's the best receiver. I think he's the best between the tackles. And quite frankly, I wish they had 3 backs, 4 backs that they could trust. But I do see like a nice little compliment between him and Nick Chubb. I think it's a decent compliment of those two.
Well, I mean, I think we all knew a full Woody's better than a Chubb.
On the
there were 2 things about Woody Marks. One, there was a play where he turned a 2-yard loss into a 4-yard gain just by, and it wasn't power. It was just keeping a play alive, kind of stringing out the defense, and then found a section in there and was able to turn like a 2-yard loss into a 4-yard gain. That was really impressive. And I mean, it feels like it feels very Bucky Irving-ish. 4th round pick. Thought they had an established guy. Bucky Irving's almost the same size, thought of as more of a pass catcher and not a do-it-all guy, and he turned into the do-it-all guy for Tampa a year ago. And I mean, Woody Marks should be RB1 for the Houston Texans.
And he was a king of the turf, but in the spirit of the greatness that is TDECU, which, if you haven't heard, they do sponsor Reaction Monday, and the Texans debit card is available for you. Pretty new logo, not the old one. And you can get 15% off at the online team shop, whatever you want to get. Get that Woody Marks jersey while it's popping. You'll get 15% off. You got to show your Texans pride and score savings while doing it. Visit tdcu.org/Texans. Get your card today. Membership required, insured by NCUA. Now, it is time to acknowledge the guys that maybe aren't getting full credits, where credit is due, presented by TDECU.
A couple of names here. Drew Scruggs is going to get the nod. You don't have to get ready if you stay ready. Drew Scruggs stayed ready, and he's more ready to be the left guard for this team than Laken Tomlinson, in my opinion. I'd love for him to just be the starter. Still think they're going to do that silly stuff, though. Few more snaps for EJ Speed. You see him over on the right side. He outsnapped Henry To'oTo'o in this one and looked good doing it. And if they have options at the linebacking spot, if guys aren't getting it done, and maybe a little bit less To'oTo'o, a little bit more Speed ends up working out here for the Houston Texans. So EJ Speed made the most of his opportunity. And while Derek Stingley had the interception, Kamari Lassiter had a really nice day. I think when I went and looked, he was only charged for 5 catches for 33 yards on the day, and that's about it. So it's like, my goodness, Kamari Lassiter, and he's not afraid to come up there and stick his nose in the run game. So Drew Scruggs, Kamari Lassiter, and EJ Speed, and where credit is due to them for their performance in this matchup against the Tennessee Titans.
And by the way, speaking of credits, that penny stock that I had with Christian Harris, D'Amico Ryans is just playing chess, man. He's lowering that contract value. He's going to bring him back next year. So it's going to be delayed, but it will be cashed out next year. D'Amico's trying. He's seen Caserio waste all that money. He says the defense can make it without Christian Harris. So we're going to get him on that 1-year minimum deal next year, and then we're going to free the beast. So very smart by D'Amico.
Yeah, so no one ever in the history of crypto has ever said, well, next year it'll be better. Like, Crypto Harris continues.
On the super chat.
You ain't never hate.
Swarm. Trill Kick X says, Landry, you're right about Liam Cohen. He wanted Saleh smoke. I don't know if he really wanted it, but he wasn't like completely scared of it. Robert Saleh said he would end his life, which was a crazy alter.
And in a one-on-one fight, he would. But in a 3 Jaguars standing between Robert Saleh and Liam Cohen sure had a lot of balls.
He did. Dime says, how much of the local media, if any, would you say are fans of the team? I don't know.
It's, there's some that are maybe too much.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Yeah, I mean, some, I don't know. That's not really what you strive for. You just want good coverage, solid coverage. That's it. Now, here's the question, though, because we talked about Derek Stingley and how good of a teammate he is and how hard of a worker he is. And we've talked a lot about CJ Gardner-Johnson, and we'll get to the CJ Gardner-Johnson thing in a second. The question now that I have is Cody Stutes more Derek Stingley or is he more CJ Gardner-Johnson? Because Matt Maher on the chat says he will donate $100 if Stutes drinks 9 ounces of apple cider vinegar. So is Cody going to be selfish or is Cody going to be more Derek Stingley? Are you a dog?
I'm a dog, I'm a dog, I'm a dog, I'm a dog.
Or are you a CJ Gardner-Johnson?
Come on.
What?
Come on. This is not Derek Stingley playing through an oblique.
I mean, I feel like this is a fair offer for you.
So I got to do 9 on top of the 3?
No, just 9 total.
So 9 instead of the 3.
That's $11 an ounce. 11 an ounce.
Okay.
I've seen you chug beers, Cody.
Yeah. Beer tastes good.
Okay, well, we'll see. We'll see at the end of the show if Cody's going to do this.
Oh my gosh. That's sick. You and Matt Maher are sick.
He said he'd do 200 if I did 9 ounces too. If I had some, I would do it. If I had some, I would have already done it with the offer. I promise. I'm out. I've been consuming a lot of it. I'm out.
I'd like to welcome our new sponsor, blah blah blah, apple cider vinegar.
Yeah, I'll do it. I would do it easily. Arnold says I got another 50 for Landry to match. I don't have any. If I had it, I would do it. It would be easy.
All right, we'll see at the end. Also, how dumb am I for making the Ravens agreement when the Ravens are hobbled? That's cucumber.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
If the Texans beat the Ravens, he made it before. Cody has to drink 2 ounces of apple cider vinegar, 2 ounces of milk, and 2 ounces of cucumber Gatorade. Wow. Wow. I did not even think about that. I did not even think about that.
Yeah, so that's of course I'll get no like, oh well, the Ravens aren't as good, so I'll get no reprieve or anything.
All right, let's go through the players. You look like you're just dreading your life right now thinking about this.
Well, how could I not be? How could I not be?
All right, so CJ,
hey, hold on. If I don't make it after this ACV stuff, I want everybody to know that Reaction Monday is presented by TDECU.
Yes, it is.
Okay. Reaction Monday is presented by TDECU, your credit union. All the fantastic perks at TDECU. It's your credit union. They work for you. Membership's required, insured by NCUA. But you're going to get the 15% off on the Texans debit card at the team store online. New hats, new jerseys, new shirts, and all that. So if I don't make it through the ACV, just always remember that Reaction Monday is presented by TDECU.
What do we make of CJ Stroud's performance? I would say it was solid. I still think he missed, a couple throws here and there that he should probably make. I do like that the QB sneak is alive and well. Appears to be a thing with CJ Stroud, which I'm a fan of. But I would say he was okay. He wasn't awesome, but he was okay. And he made some big throws when he needed to make big throws. The one to Higgins. And I thought he was fine. He was okay.
I thought Stroud was, obviously I'm not breaking any news to anybody here. Like, this is the best game he played all season. Duh. But I thought he was pretty good. The missed throws early didn't linger into the latter part of the game. And he hit that big throw to Nico. And it's so many times we've seen CJ try to place the ball. Nah, he just threw it to Nico. Like, he wasn't worried about placing it. He just let it rip. And then was really good from that moment on. And, I don't know how many times he adjusted things at the line of scrimmage and got them into better plays. D'Amico Ryan said it happened a few times with the run game. But, yeah, this was a good game from CJ. And if you get a lot more second half of this game, CJ, over the course of the season, it'll be easier to watch each and every week. So,
well, I mean, when you can move the chains on 3rd and short with the back, it helps the quarterback as well. So you're not just completely dependent. So I thought he was fine. The running back success. This was an A game from the running backs, specifically Woody Marks. He basically, like, if this was a group project, he did enough work to get an A. Nick Chubb, really nothing was really needed. They finally figured out the Dare Gumbawale thing. Damian Pierce was inactive, but in the group project outlook of this, Woody Marks did enough to get an A for everyone.
Yeah, they ended up averaging together 3.8 yards per carry, but obviously Woody Marks averaged over 4 yards per carry himself. And yeah, the Chubb use is going to be used as needed. And I think I wrote this for Houston football. Unless 27 needs 12 ounces of water or 12 ounces of Gatorade on the sideline, 27 needs to stay in the game.
How'd the wideouts look? I thought Nico Collins took advantage of his ops. I don't like plays where Nico Collins is a blocker, and you're taking him out of the play. I'm not a big fan of that. I still think that there's opportunity to perhaps get Jalen Nola involved, which they kind of seem against. I don't know why Braxton Berrios is even on the roster at this point. It seems strange, but I would say the wideouts were okay. There weren't like any big mistakes that I can point to. Higgins gets his first touchdown. Nico Collins made the play of the game. So I would say the wideouts were fine.
Christian Kirk turned a short dump into a first down. So it's good. It's a good job.
Tight ends, Dalton and the other guys.
Let me tell you.
I know what you're about to say. This is your new disgust.
Harrison Bryant, not very good. They lined him up at fullback one time, and he hit the hole, and the linebacker hit him, and it looked like a Marvel movie, and he got hit by an energy beam. He just went woo, like flew backwards.
And they did put British Brooks in at fullback. I don't understand why that's not more of a thing. The guy is like a linebacker, like he's one of your best special teams guys. It's what he did last year. I think the fact that they saw Harrison Bryant do it a couple times, they said, okay, let's see what British Brooks. He was fine. It was a decent block. I think we need to see more British Brooks at fullback as opposed to Harrison Bryant. I don't know what Harrison Bryant really does, to be honest with you.
What is it you do here? The old Office Space line? Yeah, what is it you do here?
D-line. Let's go defense. Daniil Hunter. Another big game for him. Kind of seems like they rotate between Daniil and Will having the big games. It was Daniil Hunter's turn.
Yeah. I mean, I know you have high expectations for Daniil Hunter because he makes a tremendous amount of money, but he is Mr. Consistency, it feels like, for them. And, even when he's not getting home, he's still pushing the pocket and putting pressure on opposing teams. And he does a really good job. And I thought the defensive tackles had some nice moments. Again, the question we've been asking, why was Mr. Consistency, Tommy Togiai, ever not active? And great job by Mario Edwards to make the box score after playing.
It does appear Darrell Taylor is kind of on the decline as Danico Autry's window is open. And I would anticipate that would be a very negative source of news for Darrell Taylor.
Yeah, Darrell Taylor being a healthy scratch ahead of when potentially Danico Autry can come back. That'd be not good for him. Quickly on Daniil Hunter, Will Anderson. Daniil Hunter, 22.7% on quarterback pressures, and then Will Anderson Jr., 20.8% on quarterback pressures in this one.
Gilly says Texans need Sadiq from Oregon. That guy is a badass.
Dude, that
guy is nasty, and he is a blocking son of a gun. My goodness.
He's also like,
he's a first-round pick.
He definitely feels like a really good team is taking him in like the late 20s, early 30s.
Does he not feel like a first-round pick? That type of blocking? My God.
I think his size is going to work just like a little bit against him. Somebody's going to overthink it.
Not when you block like that.
But he can catch the ball, and he has more willingness to get in there and get nasty than some offensive linemen. He is sick. very, very good. And this is shaping up to be a very fun tight end class, led by him.
And we will be at the combine. It's going to be fun. We will be at the combine.
And I'll be at the Senior Bowl, too. They always put a bunch of those guys in the Senior Bowl, too, so it'll be good.
Linebackers with new snap leaders. EJ Speed is now kind of platooning with Henry To'oTo'o, and he's actually taking a larger chunk of the pie.
Yeah, it's good. I thought they had a pretty solid day, the linebackers. It felt like there were a couple of moments early where guys slid off some tackles, but they got it going there by the end, so it's a good job. That Cam Ward's going to get loose and scramble a time or two on anybody and everybody, but I thought the linebackers had a nice day.
Cornerbacks, Derek Stingley guts it out, gets the interception. Kamari Lassiter, solid. Could have had a pick six had it been a catchable ball. I thought the cornerbacks were really, really good.
And I don't know where we put Jalen Petrie. I don't know. He called himself a linebacker. He plays nickel corner. I'm going to put him here in this. Didn't notice Petrie as a huge issue, so that's always a positive for Petrie.
Yep. He had a good game. It's almost like he was happy not to be yelled at the whole time. MJ Stewart filling in for CJ GJ. He's better. He's better. Yeah, he's better. He's a better in this situation. He's a better player for the Texans and what they want. There's no doubt about it. CJ Gardner-Johnson, not taking away what he did before he got to Houston, but with
Did you know he won a Super Bowl with the Philadelphia Eagles, Landry?
I heard. But he was terrible as a Texan, and it was an upgrade, clear upgrade with MJ Stewart out there. Now, dog-butted team, we got to keep saying that, but clear upgrade.
Quote, everyone was disciplined where they were supposed to be. D'Amico Ryans, when asked about the defense yesterday.
Yeah, I would say. Kind of read between the lines there.
No grenades going off. He calls them grenade plays. No grenades going off.
Special teams, we had a missed field goal from Fairbairn, 50 plus. Tommy Townsend, that was a nice little pin late in the 5, inside the 5. Probably didn't get as much attention because it was a blowout, but he didn't forget how to punt in the middle of this game. So that was a plus.
Except he did. He had a 26-yard punt at one point.
Oh, yeah, he did shank one. Yeah, but he had a good game. He was fine.
I'm sorry, it's a 25-yard punt. It's in the second quarter.
That is.
Yeah, 25-yard punt. Now, I wonder if I went and talked to him if he'd say that the ref screwed him. Because that referee just kept walking and walking and walking.
It was 40?
And so I wonder if maybe it was longer than the 25. And the ref screwed him.
Yeah. Ambus Lofton says, tap the brakes on the upgrade. It's the Titans. They'll likely be drafting number 1 again. Yeah, the Titans suck. CJ Gardner-Johnson sucked too. He was terrible. You watched him, right? I'm assuming you watched him. He was terrible. Wasn't good at all.
Certainly didn't play center field like Kenny Lofton. Yeah? Ambus Lofton, Kenny Lofton. No? All right.
Okay, moving on.
We probably should.
Back to the soup.
You ain't never hate.
Swarm. Texan says, how did Landry's love for ACV turn into a death sentence for Cody?
Yeah, it's a great question. It's a great question that I don't know the answer to. I don't know where the ACV stuff came from, but it's now stricken me.
Wag says, good day, brothers. I was like, thank God. Yeah, you got the dub. Work is better. Everything's better.
Did D'Amico Ryans' like relief make the front part of the press conference yesterday? Like, because he basically started.
Yeah, it did. He was like,
like it looked like he was like it looked like he was taking Nick Chubb's typical squat work off his shoulders when he exhaled. Like, thank God. Yeah, after that 0-3 start and the Titans in town, yeah, thank God you got the win.
Matt Marr says, give me all offensive line this offseason, Ahmad Hardy next offseason. So he wants to go all O-line.
For those of you who don't know who Ahmad Hardy is, that is Missouri's running back. He is a true sophomore. He is very good.
CJ87 asks, Ravens Texans win scenario. I mean, Ravens are depleted right now. Maybe Lamar doesn't play.
They still have enough players to ugly this thing up and and trust Derrick Henry.
Yeah, he's all-time Texans killer, so he
Yeah,
fumbles a lot now too.
Yeah, I mean they still have the ability to ugly it up and make it tough for you.
MH We Eat Nation might as well see what that Lachey can do at tight end. He's not ready, man.
No.
Not ready.
No. If he was, they would be seeing what he could do. There wouldn't be a Harrison Bryant.
He's just not ready.
And then the other guy played, but I couldn't tell you what he did.
Gunnar Helm is pretty popular with the Titans right now.
Yeah, he got smacked on that one play where he had the catch.
Yeah, he got the hell knocked out of him.
That was a first down, wasn't it?
Yes. Glass half full, glass half empty. We're seeing a lot of it. So the glass half full is the Ravens are depleted. Woody Marks appears to be adding an element that this offense needs. And you could be staring 2-3 heading into the bye week, which not something that before the season you would have celebrated, but at this point, that would be something that you would very much sign up for, and you are in the mix right now because the Colts have lost and the Jags, you're 2 games behind both of them with 2 against the Colts, 1 against the Jags. So that's half full, half empty. If you want to look at it half empty, the Titans suck. You won't play any team over the course of the entire season as bad as the Tennessee Titans. So that was pretty easy. Glass half full, glass half empty, which we do every Monday on Reaction Monday presented by TDCU.
I do wonder how many people, if given the option at the beginning of the year, and obviously the context is different now, but if you knew you were 2-3 heading into the bye week coming off of a win against the Ravens, some people might have taken that just to feel like, oh, they beat the Ravens. Like they've kind of turned a corner. So some people might have taken that. And obviously, it's a different Ravens team. Now, I have a couple of more small half full things. You play a lot of the teams that you are going to be fighting for a playoff spot. So, you play the Ravens. You obviously play the fellow AFC South teams. You play the Denver Broncos. You play the Kansas City Chiefs. They're 2-2 right now. Like you play a lot of the teams you're fighting for playoff spots. So you take care of your business, you can get to the playoffs still. Chargers as well.
Man, what a vibe kill loss that is. you lose to that squad, then the Chargers. I mean, that just kills all the momentum. And then you look over at Kansas City and they're getting their weapons back and they may be feeling themselves. So
yeah, KC looks a little bit tougher than they looked the first 3 weeks, certainly.
Yeah, I could see that offense completely.
It's like they remember that one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time and decided to start airing that sucker out.
Wags asks on the soup, what happened with Simmons on that rush of CJ? He just completely
well, he clocked the play clock, and it was either going to be a delay a game or he was going to get a sack. And then if you watch, Andrews goes to block the guy to the left and doesn't. And I guess the plan was Dalton Schultz coming over to get Simmons. But that's bad plan, bad execution, bad everything around.
That can't happen if we need CJ starting the rest of the games. Yeah.
I do have one. It was not that one, I don't think. It was the other, or it was one of the big hits CJ took. And the one where he's laying on the ground. And then the very next play, like it's obvious you're running the football at that point. Like when CJ has to get helped up off the ground, like he's not dropping back to pass. I felt like that was maybe you give CJ a breather, run Davis Mills in there for one play.
Maybe.
Come on. CJ's writhing in pain on the ground, probably had all the air knocked out of him. And they just pick him up and, hey, get in there, call the play. And he's probably like, okay, we're going to hand this off. And guess what? The Titans knew you were handing it off.
And by the way, Roquan Smith, he has a grade 2 hamstring. I don't know if you were aware of that, but that happened. Yeah, so Roquan Smith gone, Matabuke gone, Marlon Humphrey gone, and now Roquan Smith with a grade 2 hammy just dropped for me and Rappaport. So you might be on the fast track to 2 ounces of ACV, 2 ounces of milk, and 2 ounces of cucumber.
Do I have enough?
Gatorade.
Jeez, I don't even know where to find the cucumber Gatorade. It's gross. That's my. I wish I could with no context explain this to college Cody. Hey, you're going to drink this, this, and this one day. Okay.
Perhaps. So to reset the big news of the day, not involving the game, Joe Mixon, update, non-update. D'Amico did not have anything to say about Joe Mixon. However, he did say that Danico Autry and Jalen Reed, their practice windows will be open, so they'll be designated to return. I would say after the bye week will be when we probably see those guys. I don't know if Jalen Reed's ready to contribute. He did look solid at camp, and to their credit, they had him playing true safety. So it wasn't like he was in the Petrie line at minicamp, and then they had him playing true safety. So we'll see if he's ready to contribute. Danico Autry, I feel like they've liked the idea of Danico Autry a lot. They haven't really gotten to enjoy what they like about Danico Autry as much as they would like.
I think there's a chance Reed is ready this weekend.
He's foaming at the mouth. He wants to play.
And the reason I say that is I think they only have 51 players on the roster because they IR'd Jakob Johnson over the weekend, and then they traded Cam Robinson. And so that takes you from 53 to 51. You got to imagine one of those is going to be a tackle. Okay, well, that's 52. And then I would think maybe Jalen Reed gets that 53rd spot.
Do you feel like Nick Caley has almost been like bailed out at times? Like, so Watson and Jakob Johnson get taken away from his disposal, and then Dare Ogunbowale fumbles. Like, do you trust that Jakob Johnson's not playing a significant chunk yesterday? If he's,
well, yeah. I mean, I'm glad that my candlelight vigil prayers to the football gods finally got answered. Like, hey, can I just see the rookies a little bit more? Play the young guys. Come on.
Wags asks, and this is right on cue with the news that we're going through. He asks about the Cam Robinson trade. What's the plan? Cody's predicting Trent Brown.
I think it's Trent Brown.
Trent
Look, think about this. 3 touchdowns doesn't get him away from the Patriot way. Trent Brown was the starting left tackle for the Patriots when they won the Super Bowl one year. Like, he was in here, imparting wisdom on the young tackles throughout the course of minicamp and OTAs and a couple of moments in training camp. And now he's on the practice squad. You need a backup tackle. He's played left and right tackle in this league before. So it feels to me like unless there's some free agent tackle that they really like or they're making a trade, but it feels to me like Trent Brown is a pretty obvious, promotion.
Yep. And then we had Matt Burke calling the defense, not D'Amico. We'll see how long that lasts, but there you go. I did not really call for this. So this is interesting. It could have been as simple as, hey, handle my lightweight, but it'll be something to monitor.
The biggest difference between how they operate in the first 3 weeks, just statistically versus this one, they averaged about a 25% blitz rate. They only blitzed 16.7% of the time in this game. Now, it's a really small piece of data for a sample size, so we don't really know. And it may just have been the opponent dictates that you don't need to blitz. But the blitz rate was way down compared to the way D'Amico Ryans calls games.
Chase on the soup says, called my shot, started Woody in 2 leagues. Good for you. I picked him up. I didn't start him. I didn't have those kind of nuts. I did pick him up before the game. But I did not start him.
You were sitting right next to me. And you said, I'm going to pick up Woody Marks. I said, okay, that's a good idea.
Chris V says, I believe Casario watches this stream. Seems like things change after y'all mentioned. Hey, next, forget Corn Ferry. If y'all need consultants, we got you. We'll give you a big time discount. I know y'all probably paid Corn Ferry 6 figures. Next time y'all want to like search or figure something out, we got you. If you want help, we got you. Save you some money, Callahan.
I fully believe that you and I could do better than most search firms.
Yeah, especially when it's a fake one and Jack Easterby's just going to get his guy. Like that's fake. They might as well have paid with Monopoly money.
That's one of my favorite Corn Fairy moments is the Corn Fairy is a search firm that they utilize to help find different people over the course of the year for the Texans, but they used them after they got rid of Bill O'Brien and they were looking for a general manager. And Corn Fairy's recommendation was Omar Khan from the Steelers. They did not at any point ever recommend Nick Caserio, who I understand he was Jack Easterby's buddy, was one of the more qualified candidates in the entire free agency market.
This is correct.
And then Easterby went and got his buddy hired.
This is correct. AJH, I wish coach would use the blitz more up the middle and just Petrie off the edges, force QBs to roll out our edge guys. See, I have no complaints over the defense at the moment. Now, maybe, I mean, I think they're the top scoring defense in the league now. But yeah, sometimes Petrie does get lost in the blitz. So I do agree with you on that.
Yeah, I don't know if he's as good of a blitzer as they think he is.
No, I don't think so either. I don't think he gets home enough.
Yeah, they're allowing 12.8 points per game. The next closest is the Seattle Seahawks at 16.8 points per game.
Yep. There you go. So the defense, the superpower, and they're getting some breaks with the Ravens. All right. It is time for Cody Stutes. It was going to be 3 ounces, but then you got offered by Matt Marr a Cole Hundo for 9 ounces. So the Cody ACV payoff is here on Reaction Monday, presented by TDECU. Is Cody going to just take the 3 or is he going to take the 9? Shout out to TDECU.
Reaction Monday is, of course, presented by TDECU, your credit union. Oh,
that Texas debit card.
Get 15% off. Insured by NCUA. Membership required. TDECU.org/Texans. Oh boy.
I do love that the new logo is the debit card. I do like that.
Oh yeah, it's great. It's great. They do a
and
great
reminder, those of you just coming through, 17th and 31st will be our gatherings at Spanky's. So we want to see y'all there at Spanky's. They just got the chicken Alfredo lasagna. And it's been great, man. Like a lot of people been going there for a while, but I haven't met anyone who went there and didn't say glowing things about the food, the prices, the atmosphere. It's a good place to watch games.
I had that chicken bacon ranch pizza the other day. Man, that's good.
I put cilantro on my pizza and it was a game changer.
Okay, so I got the apple cider vinegar. This is terrible.
9 ounces.
You know how much 9 ounces? That's a lot.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you just want to do the 3, just do the 3. I won't judge you.
I don't think I could finish the 9 ounces.
Well, I did 8. I did 8 in West Virginia. So you're not a teammate. You don't want to be great.
All right. That's 3 right there.
No, that's cool. CJ Gardner Johnson.
CJ Gardner Stutes. Cody Gardner Johnson. All right. Jesus. The people need their blood. I don't know if I even have 9 ounces. This is going to be damn near the whole bottle. You guys are sick.
Are we doing costumes for Halloween? I don't know.
Landry hates Halloween, so probably not. But maybe we'll have a costume
now. I got to be in the spirit. McDapple says, take the $100 and start a GoFundMe for a new OC. Holy crap.
That's what 9 ounces looks like.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's a lot.
You need to pour that into a favorable, you need to pour that into a favorable cup, because that is not the cup. That makes it look so much bigger. Yes, pour it in there. That does not look like a favorable cup.
Oh God, I almost threw up because of the smell. All right, hold on. I wasn't prepared for 9. Let me get some things ready here. Hold on. I got to have a different beverage than some water. Hold on.
No, I drank the 8 ounces. I promise you. My stomach drank the 8 ounces, but that look in a measuring cup, that looks massive. I would not fake the apple cider vinegar thing, but man, 9 ounces. Cody is going to die. There are a few things in this world that Cody does not like to eat or drink. Apple cider vinegar, for some reason, just has a very, very strong impact on him. I might be Easterby for Halloween. Oh, so you got a chaser? What are you chasing with? What are you chasing with it? Uh-oh. My gosh.
I can't believe I'm doing this.
I can't either. Here we go.
And I've already poured it. I can't put it back at like, okay, y'all saw how much was in the bottle when I was showing it earlier. That's how much is left.
Shout out to Matt Marr. He challenged you.
Okay, hold on. Let me put a little something in here, make it a little bit more tolerable.
It's just gonna water it down.
Yeah, but I gotta eliminate some of the flavor to get it down. Jeez. I'm trying to think about the most disgusting thing I've ever drank. This is up there.
Okay, here's to a victory. Chug it like a beer. Chug it like a beer. Oh.
Cheers. Cheers to victory. Already fucking puking. Cheers to Victory Monday. Hope you people enjoy your blood. Okay. To health, wealth, and not yourself. God. Oh, I still have so much left. No. Oh, God. I still have so much left. I didn't get any down.
Gatorade's the way to go. Gatorade's the mix. Oh, God. Finish it up, dude.
Oh, yeah. Finish it up, dude. Okay. I'll just.
Oh, the nose. Oh, God. He's gulping. Why is he not chugging it fast? Oh, God. There you go, right there. Matty Marr with the Hundy. He says, might as well finish the bottle.
Thank you, Matt Marr. Thank you.
Oh, man.
Oh. You think this is what? Oh, God.
Dude, you're going to feel so good tomorrow, though.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are. Your organs are going to just be cleared. When I did the 8 ounces with the Gatorade, my organs were like so cleared. Like it's like an oil change, man. You're going to feel great. Matty Marr with another 4.9. He's crying. I think a lot of people are. I think Cody's crying.
Thank you, Matt Marr.
Rich Boy J says he put the team on his back. You definitely did today. You are the MVP. By the way, you are not only a king of the turf today, Cody, you are also
where credit is due.
TDECU, where credit is due. Say the ABCs as fast as you can right now. Try to say the ABCs as fast as you can right now. say the ABCs real fast.
No. Only 2 letters for FU. Oh, it smells so bad. That's part of the reason I hate it so much. Is it smell? I'm throwing this cup away. Oh.
All right, there you go. But it at least prepares you. If they beat the Ravens, you got to have 2 ounces of that, 2 ounces of the cucumber, and 2 ounces of the milk. So there you go. Shout out to Dave. Yeah, I don't hate ACV as much as I thought I would. I hate olives. Like if you ever had me eat green olives, I would puke on the spot.
You hate black olives too?
I don't love them at all, especially by themselves. But I will like green olives. Yuck. Just ugh. Nasty. Sean James on the chat says, well done. Be sure y'all stock up more ACV with the TDECU debit card for the next one. We got you. And by the way,
the TDECU people want to be associated with the apple cider vinegar.
They want to be associated with whatever you want to buy. It's up to you. Shout out to TDECU and the greatness that is. By the way, we better see y'all at Spanky's the 17th and 31st. I think we're going to work on some shirts before then. People are asking about shirts. We will try our best to get that done.
Working on some hats. Maybe we'll do some giveaways. Maybe if you show up and show us your TDECU debit card, you'll get entered into a raffle.
Oh, wow. Look at that.
Oh, God.
How about that? All right. On that note, appreciate y'all for coming through. Texans Collective today at 6. If Cody is alive, if he's not, it'll just be me, Sean Pendergast, and Reginald.
Yeah.
If he is alive, then Cody will be with us for the Collective. Subscribe to that channel. Locker Room, end of week outlook tonight at 10:30. And we appreciate everyone for rolling through. Subscribe, like, ride along. Always remember when it comes to this Texan stuff, we're all in it. I'm going to go slow, so you have to just be to get there.
Eat good, sleep good, be good. We'll talk Texans again soon. Thanks for watching, everybody.
Are you going to throw up for real?
I'm not throwing up on the internet, but probably.